So, in the last video, I talked about more or less how to manage emotions, because everybody always tries to control their emotions. And you really can't control your emotions. All you can do is control yourself. And that's anytime you're triggered. It doesn't matter where the trigger comes from, because sometimes it can be from trauma. It's a very extremely simplified way to understand an aspect of DBT, which I'm going to talk about DBT later. I did a lot of study on DBT when I was going through therapy, and well, I'll talk about that later. I don't have much time for this. If I run out of time, I'll just make another video. Hopefully it works out. Anyway, how do you maintain your composure during heightened emotional instances? When we're talking about like extreme emotional reactions to triggers. People with ADHD, it's especially difficult because when you have an emotional reaction, it is overwhelming. Like thinking is a task in itself. That's a whole other thing with ADHD, thinking, that is. But anyway, looks like I'm running out of time. I've only got a minute left. But it takes practice to be in a situation where you're triggered, you're overwhelmed, and your emotions are so intense that you can't really think. But you have to practice the art of doing nothing. When you are in an emotionally overwhelming situation, sometimes the best thing to do is absolutely nothing. Because if you do something, you may end up making things worse or reacting negatively, poorly to your emotional state. So stand there, feel the emotion, and let it pass on its own. For people with borderline personality disorder, that's especially difficult, and I'll explain why next time, but just chew on that for a little while, and everything you do, just try to be better.